Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TMM podcast with myself, the Mighty Miner, Blade1266, and Tom 5005. We are having a bit of an identity crisis because the cameras are swapped around.
Has it just started?
Yes, it has just started. It started at 8 o'clock, like is scheduled, Thomas.
I thought it was 8:30.
I wasn't the only one.
It's 8:30 on a Monday when Bladder's got things to do, but...
Oh my god, you realise I'm not even prepared for this.
Are you ever prepared?
I was just about to ask him that as well.
Are you not prepared because you're still on Skyrim?
I'm prepared! Right, I'm prepared.
Okay, we're good. I'm not prepared because things are still in the wrong place.
Why don't we do that whole thing where we'll ask what everyone's been up to?
Alright, what's everybody been up to this week then? While
we'll start with Tom. We'll start with Tom first.
No, David, I run the show here. We're starting with you, so shut up.
He's wearing Christmassy stuff. We're starting with Tom.
He's wearing a very, very nice Christmas jumper. I don't have a Christmas. Am I the only person in this world who does not own Christmas jumpers?
Hang on.
I'm not. I don't own one either. So
it's got like.
Not the only one.
Okay.
So nice. Can I position this camera right? It's got like.
And now Thomas strips off.
There we are. Right there. Right there. It's got like 2 gears. Like it's like yeah. That's happening. That's happening.
Oh, let's start the show off class, everybody. Yep. A reindeer rimming another reindeer, of course.
I mean, surely somebody must have saw that in the stitching and be like, guys, we've got to fix this.
They probably did and went, yeah,
you know, we've made too many of them. We're not going back now.
Coming in mid-2015, the human center in, you know what I mean. Carry on. I can't be bothered. I've done too much. Well, I was gonna say I've done too much thing today, but I haven't. I really haven't. I've been asleep most of the day. All right, Dave, what have you been up to then?
That's a trip to Edinburgh in an hour of college on Monday, which was absolutely pointless. And today I was off because I'm off on Thursday and Friday.
So how was your trip then?
Boring as hell.
Edinburgh. Well, the Scottish accent was just a coincidence, actually. Well,
there was one funny
moment. Did you do anything?
There was one funny moment, which I actually like this. And Tom will know what this is because you might. It's like a stormtrooper.
I know what those are. I haven't seen those. I know what it is.
Okay. There was like a Scottish guy dressed up as a stormtrooper, had like paint doing the side of the helmet and a kilt on. He says, "For a pound, I'll give you a photo with me." I was like, What? So he asked me, and I was like, I'm just gonna do this because of randomness. So I get a photo with this guy. Got on my phone. I don't know if it'll like show up good on the screen, but whatever.
Here we go. That's glorious.
Brighter than the sun.
I was gonna say he's a bit short for a stormtrooper. All the references. I would drop the mic, but nah, I can't. It's the only reference I know. Tom's not happy. But anyway, then I remember you're like 6'4", so it doesn't really help. Oh.
Sorry, Connor, I missed what you said.
Yeah.
Why don't you repeat it for him?
Nah. It only makes sense. Hey, Dead how's it going, man?
That's all I've done. Anyway. Now we're going to Tom.
Hasn't Tom already done his? I know. We were just discussing his Christmas jumper before. All right, Tom, what have you done then besides Skyrim?
I've been streaming CS:GO matches, which is why I didn't do the streams, because obviously I can't stream past like 10 o'clock.
Well, I haven't done
on like weekdays, because then the next day I'll be like and then not learn anything. So on like Saturdays I've just been streaming CS:GO matches, like 3 in a row.
Fair enough. Well, have you actually got it working so it doesn't drop down to like 15 FPS when you start streaming?
Well, it was only 15 FPS because I was playing. I'm only spectating this time, so it's like solid 30.
Are you even allowed to do that? Because I thought, especially if it was being streamed somewhere else, it would class as rebroadcasting, and that's technically against the rules.
What do you mean?
Well, rebroadcasting other people's matches?
It's a private match. It's fine.
Oh, okay, fine. That's fine then. As for myself, I haven't really been up to much. It's just been a mad dash to get college work finished because this was my
I'm not
last
just
week before
taking
Christmas.
Valve's customers away.
So, no, let's not get on to the discussion of some stupid developers think, oh, Let's Players are pirates, because they're not. This is stupid. Anyway, also I've got a trip into Newcastle on Monday, and that's going to be interesting to see what kind of buskers are there this week. Because it's been interesting. Usually you get the common as muck guy with a guitar singing along. The other time I was there was a guy with a fucking didgeridoo. I was like,
Yeah, I saw
what?
I love didgeridoos. I love didgeridoos. They're great.
They're pretty good, but
Didgeridoo. A didgeridoo now, koala, kangaroo, shrimp on bobby.
Yeah, it was just a guy playing didgeridoo. I don't even know why. So yeah, I mean, other than that, it's just been college work and getting that finished and getting my university stuff sorted. So my week's been fairly mundane.
I saw a ukulele getting played in Newcastle. Oops.
Okay,
It was
interesting.
weird.
Oh yeah, well, it's just Newcastle. It's always weird. It's like
Yeah.
that's just the epitome of just weird. Just Newcastle. It's just all weird manifested into one. Alright, well, let's get on the first topic, which is, well, we don't really have an article of sorts for it, but there's Steam sale, that's a thing. Again.
Yeah,
Is it a thing?
It's been like 2 weeks since the last one. So yeah, this is it's the holiday sale, obviously, so this will probably last 2 weeks. Is there any dates for it?
it's usually a weekend, it's usually like a week after Christmas.
Yeah.
So oh my god, stop shitting on my leg.
Yeah, it's from now until January 2nd. Alright, see you later, Denim.
George!
Till 10 a.m. Oh, yeah, 10 a.m. PST. That's
George is
common
here.
case. Hello, George. What are you doing in the chat, not on the podcast? I thought he was. No.
Oh!
No. I thought you would be still at training. So yeah, so yeah, I was saying this before the podcast, for those of you guys won't know, is I'm saying that sales to me are either crap because they're crap, or
because you'll buy Civilization 5 for £15. The next day it'll be on sale for £5. Be like,
By the way, Connor,
well, the B League concept.
the B League.
Connor, he just said he just got home.
Oh, you just got back. If you want, you can hop in the call and I'll add you to the call and you can come in if you want, or if you can't be bothered, then that's okay. What?
You just said jiggle around.
Okay.
Yeah, because you got the screen regions.
Well, I've got some collection sorted.
okay.
The advantage with that is I don't have to keep faffing with the screen regions. Disadvantage with that is that OBS doesn't quite know how to change scene collections without restarting streams. So it's like I've got to stop the stream, change its collection, then start the stream back up again. So you can try doing it, but OBS will be like, whoa, and just kind of crash. Because it's OBS. Is OBS still in beta? I swear it's still in beta, even though it's been there for like 3 years now or something like that. But anyway, yeah, Steam sale, that's the thing. Go get Euro Truck Sim, it's like £2. Go buy it. It's good.
Wait, so there's an actual sale and then there's that auction thing?
Yeah, well, the auction thing is was supposed to end today. But apparently it hasn't.
What? I'm not. I don't care much for that auction thing.
Yeah.
I just want sale.
Well, the auctioning was just pointless because, I mean, on average you get like, what, 30, 40 gems per item?
And you need like 8,000 for a game.
There's people bidding like on pretty high profile games, like 200,000 gems. It's like, whoa, okay. I'm not getting in on that. I think Lewis in his infinite wisdom was bidding on Bad Rats, of course. Because why not? So yeah. I think the only good sale from today, I mean, obviously, there's not really much point in covering like all of the games on the sale because by the time anybody else that's not watching the live show sees this, it'll be all over. But if you're watching the live broadcast, go buy Speedrunners. It's 174. It's good stuff. And Euro Truck Sim. I think that's pretty much all I recommend. I would... Oh no, Space Engineers. I would recommend Space Engineers, but it's still a little expensive.
Apparently, we've got the new thing for speedrunners where you can create your own map as well. That's also there.
That's been out for a while.
No, that's like also on the discount.
I'm not getting you. Well, you're saying that they sell
put
the
that on it.
edited
They're selling it like it says the limited edition, but it's also saying that it's the map, but it'll also sell that on the discount as well. That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't think they would sell the editor separately.
I'll check again, but
It'd be a bit of a silly idea. Like I can understand if it was a separate download, but not having it as part of the like selling it separately, that would just be a bit weird.
yeah.
But yeah, that and Euro Truck Sim, that's my recommendations at least. Any thoughts from you guys on today's deals?
I haven't really looked at
Speedrunner.
stuff like that. It's just
Speedrunner and let's see. New deals. I think Injustice will be good because I haven't played it. Like I played the demo version of it, but I haven't actually full on played it through. If you know what I mean.
As always
But
with the
it
Steam
sounds
sales
good.
as well, main bit of advice is don't buy unless it's on a daily deal or it's the last day. So,
Yeah.
otherwise you'll be caught in the same position as B. Lee, buying Civilization for a tenner and then it drops down to a fiver within about 20 minutes. Don't buy Ground Zeroes because from what I've heard, it's just a glorified demo. So yeah.
nice.
Like people are like, oh well, but you just replay it. It's like, yeah, that doesn't count towards overall game time. I wouldn't say Portal 2 is an 80-hour game just because I've played it over and over and over again. I would say it's a 9-hour game. That's just with the single player though, not including the co-op and not including the community maps. But you get my point. Moving on. This one's a bit of a strange one. If the page will load, there we go. Come on, IGN, you can do it. There we go. So, T-Mobile is offering data rollover starting in January 2015. So, T-Mobile's Data Stash program allows users to save unused data for up to a year and also includes 10 gigs of 4G LTE data to kickstart the collection. So I'm assuming, you guys will know how data limits usually work. It'll reset to 0 at the start of the month, and then you'll get that amount, and if you go over, you get charged more. Whereas with T-Mobile, they're starting to do a thing where it'll just pass over to the next month, which is just strange to say the least. Like,
what?
This is going to...
Connor, look at chat.
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh,
Let's just have you cool off for a little while. This is a bit of a strange thing going on. Because people are going to be able to stack up a lot of data, especially if they're fairly light users.
Wait. So if you get 10 gigabytes a month, and you only use 5 of that, you then get the 5 gigabytes you didn't use to use in the next month on top of the extra 10.
That's what it looks like.
Ooh. I'm
assuming this will be just for US customers, because it'll just be for
T-Mobile.
Well, I don't think other carriers will be following suit because they'll be like, oh, we can't make money on overage fees anymore. That's like half of their income. It's like, yes, we need to charge people because they've gone over their limits. It's like, but will you offer an unlimited plan for them to not be able to go over the limits? No, of course not. Unlimited. Psh. Hey, Tomcat, how's it going?
Is that not much you?
Yeah. So with Destash, when you buy additional high-speed data, there's no need to... Oh, so I'm guessing it's more of a pay-as-you-go thing, maybe, rather than a contract? Because...
Alright, yeah. That would make more sense.
Yeah. So it'll keep it in from almost a year, because there's a lot of pay-as-you-go plans out there where you'll get, like, if you top up by X amount per month, you'll get X amount of data to use. And then I would assume with those, it'll just wipe the allowance at the end of the month. It'll be like, yeah, you got to top up again to get your data. Whereas with this, it'll just go for up to a year. Yeah. And you get to keep it, well, for then. Third day on Twitch. Nice. Well, come on. Wait a minute, I'll put my tablet on silent because that's just going to start making noises. Come on. There we go. So this is quite a good step forward. I mean, I like T-Mobile, especially because they seem to be making a lot of brave moves in the mobile space. Like they're starting to, I think they're starting to call themselves the uncarrier because they don't want to be affiliated with any of the other crap out there. But T-Mobile's pretty good. I mean, I'm on 3 at the moment because they're cheap. But if I was gonna go for if like money was no object, I'd probably go T-Mobile because they're a pretty good provider from what I've seen.
Wait, how much would you say this? How much would you say the T-Mobile average contact is?
I have no idea.
I mean, they've got to be all around the same, right?
Yeah, they'll be fair. Well, it depends on obviously devices and stuff. I don't think we can get like standalone T-Mobile in this country anymore. I think it's just EE now. So
yeah,
this will be very much American market because they've still got standalone T-Mobile, and we have got EE, which is I don't like EE as much. One thing they've gotten rid of, we haven't got it in the document, but they've actually, the Orange Wednesday stuff, which you get like 2-for-1 cinema tickets.
Yeah,
they're actually stopping that now, which is a shame.
Why? Why? Do you know?
Well, probably because it wasn't very good for them, and probably yeah, it's either money or just because nobody's going to the cinema anymore because it's just pointless. It's like a cinema. What's that? Like,
unless I have to pay for things.
Pay to go and see a movie with other people?
That's madness.
It's like going on a bus by choice. Like, why the hell would you do that? It's noisy, it's uncomfortable, it's horrible. It's like, why go to a cinema when I can watch a movie in my bed? It's like I'd rather lie in bed comfortable and not have people stand up and walk in front of the screen every 10 minutes. I don't like cinemas. Like, some people was like, but that's part of the experience. It's like, yeah, I don't have an analogy for that, but still, it's just...
It's like when somebody doesn't like going to the cinema.
Yeah. It's just... interesting.
Tomcat just donated.
Just donated? Really? Oh, thanks very much, man.
Wow.
I just thought to let you know.
I've actually donated as well,
Thanks for calling good people.
Yeah, to your website. Yeah. Via your website, I donated a penny. So you can't say I didn't donate.
Yeah. Oh, thanks very much for that, Tom guy. I really, really appreciate it, man. Anyway, so let's move on then, shall we? Anyway, so Magicka 2, there is a preview out for it, and apparently it's still fun, but it's hard to control the wizard.
Wait, can you just click?
I'm assuming they've changed the control scheme, because I done it a bit more than Penny. Yeah, whoa, that's not
whoa, he got on, Tom. Tom got on.
That's the thing, Tom. I think with like things like PayPal do, if that was actually going to go through, it wouldn't actually work anyway, because they're just like, yeah, we'll just take that for myself because it's a penny. Anyway, so Magicka 2 doesn't do a whole lot to change the format, although in pieces. I'm assuming, I have no idea honestly how this is going to be different, but. This just shows I haven't read much of the article. So I don't get how it would be hard to control it, because if they're using the same control scheme, it would be pretty easy, because it's literally just click here, wizard goes here.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to be a complete replica of the first game. You're going to have different what do you call them mechanics. You have different mechanics, and some of them could mean that it's like some of them could involve like the mouse, which means it might be really awkward to use the mouse to move, which means they'd have to move onto the keyboard, and that could be really awkward.
Yeah, I suppose. But how would they really shake up the formula of Magicka? Because it seems like a very, very
it's kind of like point press and win.
Yeah.
Use the arrows.
Yeah. Just like move around, kill things, usually your teammates, and then run away from enemies when you just can't bother to deal with them. That's how we played it anyway.
I said that is true.
Yes, indeed. It's just like you're still in the same area for ages and ages and ages, and it's just like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this, I just run away. Wasn't that... You remember the lava bit, where we had to like walk over those really, really narrow paths?
God, yeah.
We were on that for ages. It was just like, F it, we're just going to run past these guys.
It's like, I'm done, I don't care anymore.
It's done. Like, screw doing a thorough job and kill these guys, we're just going to leave. Because it's just like, to think you're just going to stay there and kill everything because you want to just be like, really, really thorough about it and complete everything. It's like, nope, we just want to get through this bit. Just stay on that for like 3 hours. It's horrible. uh, it's interesting, sure, certainly, but I'm quite interested to see how Magic 2 actually changes anything. I hope to God they've changed the freaking engine. Because that was just buggy as shit. Like, everybody dies at the same time. The game's like, nope, like, somebody's got to be alive.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't admit defeat. It's like, no, one of you's alive, and we're all just like, nope, everybody's died. Game like, nah.
I don't believe this.
You're trying to pull this one over on me. It's not gonna happen.
It's like, I know your game. Somebody's alive.
It's just like, you almost got me there. It's like, yeah, game, everybody's dead. Please just don't do this. And it just crashes all the time. I remember one time when that just happened so many times. I think it was on the, like, near the end bit where you've got to climb on all those moving rocks. And then everybody just fell off.
Yeah.
It was like, you're probably, like, the game's probably calculated because you've just got on some obscure ledge that's miles off the screen. It's like, no, you're still alive. Oh, God.
Oh,
so
we were on
hopefully
that
they'll
blimp
fix
as well.
that. Oh, God.
I think I managed to push Lewis off, and then I think you killed the rest of us, and it was like, well, someone's alive.
Someone's alive somewhere. I have no idea where. You have no idea where, but he's there.
He's haunting the game.
Indeed. He's just on some obscure hidden ledge that the devs didn't bother to get rid of. So I honestly can't wait to play Magic 2. That's going to be a brilliant game. I hope anyway. If it's anything like the first game, then it's going to be pretty fun.
I really wonder what the controls will be like, though.
It's also going to be infuriating. Like, if I play with, like, Tom and David, it's going to be... Well,
I'm not that annoying.
Really?
Yes,
really?
the story. He's like, really?
Really?
Yes, really.
Sorry, mister, I'm going to get my portal gun stuck in the wall. I'm never going to let you live that down because that was incredibly annoying. Just like, how does that even happen? It's like, you just face the wall and she's like, oh no, stuck.
Leather magic.
And then let's not get onto the door thing. Oh lord.
It lagged. I'm blaming
it
the
did not
lag.
lag, it's because you used a controller and you couldn't turn around quick enough.
Lagged.
Lag. Fine, it's either your bad controller or your bad internet.
I'm gonna go with bad internet.
Well, that's kind of fair enough. That's kind
you
of.
You don't even have to ask me that.
It's like, yeah, there's a bad internet. Just in denial that using controller is a bad idea, especially on PC.
Because you know my bad internet sucks. It's probably worse than using a controller on the computer anyway.
I thought I removed the Nintendo topic. David, do you know anything about this Nintendo thing? Because I looked into it and I was just incredibly confused by it.
I'll have to look at.
Try to have a look at it.
Well, the big question is why. So the topic is Nintendo eyes donut-shaped screen. Report claims. So basically, I think it's Sharp. Yeah, it's Sharp. Of course it is. They're doing some weird crap at the moment. They're basically making what's known as freeform screens, which, as you can see, I'm assuming this on the thumbnail is. I'm not gonna play the video because I'll get sued. I'm assuming this is like a car dashboard, and they've got this. Well, because there's a car seat on it.
I thought it was a controller.
No, this one isn't. This is just showing off the display technology. So, as you can see, it sort of molds around each of the cutouts rather than being like a square screen. Which is it's certainly interesting, but outside of that, like, I can't see how Nintendo would possibly have a use for this. Especially because of the fact that...
Well, they're not exactly top of the run with their games now, are they?
Yeah.
And their consoles. They're not like, they're not paving the way.
Okay, well, I'll have a look in a second. If you guys want to talk about this, I'll take a quick look. Give me just a moment. So, I mean, I don't understand how Nintendo would possibly have a use for it. What?
Did you see what Tomcat said?
I see the chat. I'm just logging in now. If I can remember my password, give me a moment.
Wills do. I'll say wills do.
Unless it's going through a different thing, it doesn't seem to have come up on my dash. Oh no, here. No, that's not it. It's not come up on my dashboard, but I can have a look through my email and see if it came on there. Oh, yeah, it seems to have come through. Guys, I said you talk about this while I check things.
I don't know about it.
Dave, on start.
Holy crap.
Tom, you're
yeah,
smarter than me.
it came through. Thank you so much for that.
Tom's talked about it. He's smarter than me.
So yeah, back onto the topic then. So Sharp is doing some interesting things. Let's just digress a little bit. Sharp's sort of they're going weird with these kind of things, like the Aquos Crystal, which is one of their new phones. That's an interesting thing, because it's basically like an edge-to-edge display, and it looks pretty snazzy. But again, it's just it all seems very much form over function.
I think it looks hilarious.
Everything nowadays is form over function.
Yeah. I mean, it's all very balls to the wall. Like, for example, they couldn't put an earpiece on this phone, so they had to make like the screen vibrate so that you could hear it.
Nice.
Which is very, very strange, but also quite intriguing. So, anyway, back to Nintendo. Like, how could they possibly use this in a controller? Like, I appreciate Nintendo's attempt to sort of do something different, but I can't see how this will be like functional in any way.
What would it even be used for?
Exactly. Like, I can see how, like, on the example that I was showing before, like in the car, I can see why that makes sense. But for something like a controller,
I can actually see one of them, because if you look on the video, I know you can't play it, but it shows like, do you know how fast the car, like the meter shows how fast you
like the speedometer.
you're driving. Yeah, it's got like that on, and it's showing you how fast you're going on one of the Sharp designs, like the displays.
Well,
so
I get. Go ahead.
I was going to say I get how that would be useful, but I don't care how this would be. No.
Well, the only thing I can see with the controller is, especially if it can sort of mold like around like curves, is to sort of make the surface of a controller change in some ways, like make it dynamic to the game. But this is the thing with Nintendo stuff, is it takes a lot more programming. Like, a lot of people don't want to develop for the Wii U because they feel the need that they would have to sort of implement the Wii U's massive tablet of a controller in some way.
Yeah.
Rather than just be like, oh, this button does this button does this. It's like, what should we do with that extra screen? Because otherwise people are going to be like, well, why doesn't it use it? It's just, putting these features in, it just seems a bit slapdash.
Yeah.
It's great to see some kind of difference, but people aren't going to use it because they don't have a use for it. And it's not just as simple as sort of linear sort of port from this to this to this if you're going to go towards Wii U, because you've got to try and, like, if you're going to Wii U, you're going to have to try and find an implementation for the controller. If you're going away from Wii U, you're going to have to try and find out how to implement that functionality away from that device. Which is one reason why I think the Wii U doesn't have that many games. That, and it's very, very low spec, so there's not really much they can do with it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good if you've got, like, Mario on it.
Yeah. There's two games that sell that console, Mario and Smash Brothers, maybe Pokemon. Yeah. And they're all first-party titles. Like, there's no third-party titles on the system. Well, there's very few. There's like Watch Dogs, for an example. It's like, how the hell did you get that running on a Wii U?
Watch Dogs.
Fucking Watch Dogs on a Wii. Oh yeah, that's another thing I did. I actually picked up the Watch Dogs season pass because it was like £3 on G2A. And one thing I found is that they should have made the whole game about one of the because one of the DLC, Watch Dogs Bad Blood's about one of the characters you meet later on in the game. And he is a much more interesting character than Aiden Pierce. Like, he is so much more. He's not like one sort of one-dimensional piece of crap. It's just like, oh, I need to go and do this and then this. He's sort of like, he's funny. Like, he's really, really well written. And they should have just made the whole game about him because he's interesting. Unlike fucking Aiden Pierce.
Aiden Pierce. I don't know.
Apart from the performance of the game on PC, that's probably one of the only issues I had, was he was just so one-dimensional. He was not interesting in any way, shape, or form. Oh, crap. Has GameSpot gone down? Because I cannot access the next article.
I thought that the same thing.
It's just infinite loading for you.
Yeah, I think I can.
God.
I know where I can get the same topic.
I think there might have been an article on Ars Technica. Give me a second. Technical difficulties. No. Alright, well, basically what it is Valve starting to lock down on users gifting other users things that are in different countries. Because for those who don't know, I'm assuming, I haven't read the article, but I think I read something related to it the other day, is that the Russian ruble is crashing in value. So people thought, alright, well, we'll just use a Russian proxy, and yeah, GameSpot's gone down. God damn it. They'll just use a Russian proxy, make an account in Russia, and then just buy really, 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 really cheap games.
And then just gift them over.
Yeah, but then just send them to themselves and just be like, yep, there we go.
I didn't even realise that was a thing.
Yep. Well, I mean, games in Russia have always been really, really cheap. That's why, like, sites like G2A, you can find them dirt cheap, but they'll only be activatable, is that even a word? They can only be activated in Russia, there we go.
There you go, you're getting
so I mean, they're like maybe half the price, but they're region locked for a reason. That's because the Russian currency is just worth nothing.
Yeah.
And it's worth even less now, so Valve's just like, oh yeah, we can't have this happening, so they've basically locked everything down. I can't really get into the nitty-gritty of it, because as I said, it's kind of just... GameSpot's just crashed. Which is why, ladies and gentlemen, I tell David never to get things all from the same place, and he's learned very well from that experience. Because I remember the one time when he got things from IGN for the whole podcast, and that just went down.
You're not gonna let that go, are you?
No, because it basically crumbled that podcast. It was just like, yeah, we got nothing to talk about now because we can't access the articles.
I'm looking for other places to get it.
All right, well we'll go back to that if we can find other articles, so we can actually go into the nitty gritty of things. But moving on, so Amazon has introduced a make an offer option to allow shoppers on the site to haggle, which is an interesting premise, honestly, because it'll make it a lot more like being in a shop. So you'll be like, well, it's this price, but you can do it for this price for me. But it takes away a lot of the personal aspect, and it's gonna be quite a lot more time consuming, because online, there's going to be multiple people trying to do the same thing simultaneously, whereas in a shop, you can just talk to a guy, and it'll be one-to-one, and it'll be instant. So it'll be like, oh, well, can you do it for this price? And he's like, I can't do that for you, but I can do this. That's going to probably take hours, if not days, if you're doing it on Amazon. That's the only worry I have with this.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely following suit with things like eBay, because eBay's had that for a little while. It's like, you can buy this now or make an offer. And that's already proved to take quite a while, because it's not going to be an instant form of communication, because it'll have to be done at each party's convenience. But, holy shit. Oh, make an offer is only for one-of-a-kind items, not everyday consumer products. Oh, that makes sense now. I didn't see that, but I thought it was going to be like for everyday stuff. Apparently not.
No, because you just get bombarded by a load of crap.
Yeah, now it sort of makes a little bit more sense, because it's for very specialist stuff. Like, for example, there's a piece of quote-unquote art that's up for sale for like $100,000, so that's gonna make an offer thing. I love that. It's like, it's only $100,000 now. You can save $25,000. It's like, yeah, that's a great offer. Thanks. So yeah, it makes a little bit more sense now that I know it's just for like niche products, but see, I would like to see this sort of on a lot of other items, but it would be making that work would be another ordeal entirely. While it's interesting, I'm just
there'd have to be cat
Really?
days.
Really?
Yeah. What?
GameSpot's working again.
Oh, nice one. Good,
great. Just great.
No, because I've been looking for the same topic, and then I just click on the link, and because it says continue more reading, and then it just brings me back here and starts working again.
Working. Wait a minute. Holy shit, GameSpot's 500 errors a game. Holy crap, wait a minute. Oh my god, this is actually a little game.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, look at this! Oh, that's pretty good. You can just guide a little man around a little maze. Still
What's
better
so
than
long?
Assassin's Creed Unity.
Press enter to open chest. Oh my god.
I can't pick these things up. Why can't I pick them up? Oh.
Press enter.
Oh, do you have to press enter?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't read the instructions. The box contained a flannel scroll of virginity. Oh, Christ. I don't think I picked those other things up then.
Contained
No,
a feeble bill plus Jimmy
How the hell
Hoffa
did you get on this?
I just tried to load the page up, it just has a 500 error. What is this? We got?
Moist
Edible
partisan
bludgeon
of
for
Millhouse. Excuse me.
Oh, this is actually quite good.
Podcast has gone downhill.
Plus 1 stiletto or something.
Wait a minute, what's...
Minus 5 tomahawk or something.
Floppy Lochaber acts of communism.
Conan.
Highfalutin Lucime hammer that does things. Alright, anyway, that's...
Sparkly ballista of hunger.
Click on the new link that I've got under the
Satirical
Valve
base
thing,
lord of
and then click continue reading. It should get you onto the website.
Yeah.
Should
Is
get
that
you
one
back
of
on
those
the
bullcrap
website.
websites that's just like, you have to pay to read more?
No, just press continue read and it'll take you. Should take you a GameSpot like me. It should
If
work.
it links back to GameSpot, it's not going to work. I'm getting a 500 error on GameSpot. Nope, that's not having it. That ain't having it. Alright, well, anyway, I think we're going to go for a quick break because my throat's starting to hurt a little bit. I need to go get a drink. So, give me just a moment. Options. We'll actually shuffle some things around. So, anyway, we're going to take a quick break, so we'll be back in about 2 to 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the TMM podcast with myself, the Mining Miner, Blade1266, and Tom 5005.
Yo.
I'm still out of breath.
Hello.
Trying to run around trying to get me drinks so that I can be back on time. I'm just knackered. Also, the house is empty, which is weird.
Are you out, brother?
Just a bit. Oh, good lord. So anyway, during the break, Dave was actually able to get on GameSpot, and so was I, by the looks of things.
I told you.
Literally, as soon as I got back, I refreshed the page, and I was no longer getting the 500 error. Also, Chrome's nagging at me.
I'll check if the last GameSpot one's working. If
Update
it's
Google
not,
Chrome. I'm not going to update Google Chrome. I'm in the middle of a podcast. Shut the fuck up.
yes, last one's working as well. I'll keep it up just in case yours crashes, and then I can just copy and paste it.
So, well, it's already copied and pasted on the document, unless you delete it. Nah, it's fine.
No, I mean the last topic.
Okay, got you. It's fine. Okay. Anyway, Valve. So yeah, I mean it's pretty much what I said it was before. So, this change comes shortly after the collapse of the Russian ruble, following all that and guff. So, and as usual, Valve hasn't released an official statement because they don't do that kind of thing.
Because
Valve are always just vague with everything.
Because Valve.
Yep. It's just Valve. They know they've got a right not to have to talk about things, and they exercise that right far, far too much. It's like, back on the topic that I actually removed from the list because it was a bit meh. What's your guys' take on the new Smash Bros? I haven't actually played it. I don't own any Nintendo
That's
stuff.
one of the topics.
My take on it is, I think it actually looks good. I've
The
seen
last
it
one was good. What do you mean this one actually looks good?
Anyway, I think that it actually looks good because the thing is, I haven't actually seen the other ones, so don't mind me. I just only saw like a gameplay from a YouTuber, so I think it looks good. So that's my opinion of it.
I've seen a couple streams on it. It looks pretty fun, but I've never really personally been invested in the Smash Bros series. It's not really been something I've been interested in, but if you're into it, it looks fairly fun.
And Tom, what's your opinion of it? Since, yeah,
I
you know
really
what?
like it. I love Smash Bros. Bro. I the one before that, I played that one. Can't remember what that's called. You know the one before it.
Yeah, I was aware there was one before it, but I don't quite know the name. Yeah.
Apparently the one before it, I think it was called Melee. Yeah, Melee. Apparently that one was the best one, and the one after that, Smash. People didn't really like that one much. I don't know why.
I mean, it's had critical acclaim, and for good reason. I mean, I don't like Nintendo's consoles all that much. I mean, the 3DS is okay, but the Wii U is a mess. But their first-party titles seem to be good for the most part. Like, they seem pretty solid. Like, Mario's pretty good. Mario Kart, that's solid. And Smash Bros, again, pretty solid. So, from what I've seen, it looks pretty good, but overall, I've not really been invested in the series, and I don't have a means of playing the new one. Yeah, I don't have a Wii U, and I don't have a 3DS, and I don't have plans to get one either.
Apparently the 3DS one's just as good as the Wii one. So I was like,
Yeah. What do you guys say about the Deadpool game?
Wait,
I think it's hilarious.
Written.
I'm assuming that wasn't that one removed from Steam?
It was.
I think the license
was
ran out
from Steam, but
the one made by the guys who did the Transformers games.
Yes, it was.
That one.
Possibly.
Apparently, that was really shit.
Yeah.
I didn't play it.
I think it was.
It was really...
From what I saw, it looked alright, but again, I didn't play it, so I don't know.
I think it
People
looked
were saying
hilarious.
it was pretty
I played
interesting.
apparently it was funny, but the gameplay was like it was stale.
Well, yeah, that's what I've seen from it as well. Like
It's like
the
repetitive.
humor, the writing and the humor was pretty good, but the gameplay was just a little bit crap from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Again,
It's like
I've
Devil May
only
Cry.
seen
It's
videos
like
on it.
if you don't like hitting a lot of things a lot of times, then you're not going to enjoy the game because it's repetitive.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I don't mind repetitive games, but I didn't really buy into Deadpool because it's not that I don't enjoy the humor. It's just it's sometimes a little bit crude for me. Like, I mean, I don't have a really high.
What, you mean like 69? You mean like that?
As I was just about to say, my humor isn't exactly highbrow Star Wars, but some of it was just a little crude from what I've seen.
Oh, I love the humor.
Oh, Lewis is playing Mario Reboot.
He's playing a game not that is TF2. Oh wow.
I know, it's weird. Lewis not playing TF2. Holy crap. So I don't even remember where we were up to. Oh, it was this one. I know we've done that one.
We've done Amazon. We've done Amazon.
All right. So Microsoft COO says that Windows 10 will probably, hopefully, maybe launch in autumn of 2015, which was exactly to be expected because that's what Windows always does. Like they usually release like October, November every 3 years or something. So I mean, this isn't particularly news, but it's something to mark on your calendars. It's going to be pretty interesting. Because from what I've seen, Windows 10.
You did the thing, didn't you? You did the Windows 10 thing.
What, the preview?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a look at it. From what because I mean, I didn't play with it for long because it just kind of completely shat itself on my PC. Like Windows 8 did after like a few days, so I was like, yeah, I can't run this anymore. But from I think it was the first and second builds that I played around with, it was pretty good. Like they've finally gotten the whole
desktop
one operating
right.
system. Yeah, the whole one operating system for everything right. Like it'll change functions depending on what kind of device it's running on. But I've completely lost my train of thought. It does definitely still need some work. It still needs some polish, obviously because it was a beta. But it is set to be really, really, really interesting. And I'm probably going to try and get hold of it once I.
We're talking about what?
Talking about Windows 10.
So it's not just like the same.
What?
How do you feel about the heists update for GTA 5? I haven't looked into it that much. I mean, I've kept myself fairly out of the loop with GTA 5 news until it comes out on PC. But from what I've heard, it's going to be quite good. I mean, from like just hearing about like heists stuff, it does definitely sound like it's going to be try and be a little bit like Payday. And I mean, I enjoyed Payday, so it should be pretty interesting. Oh, good lord. Have we not already got a topic on that on the document, or did I take that one
Yeah,
out?
we do.
Do we? No, I think I took that one out. Yeah, as I said, I'm still waiting for it to come out on PC.
Did I put that one in?
It remains to be seen but from what I've heard, it's gonna be, it sounds fairly interesting. But, I'm gonna wait till it's on PC to actually try any of this out. I mean, a lot of people caved early, and I think this was the plan of Rockstar in the first place. So, like, let's do really staggered releases so people will buy it on the previous gen consoles, and then they'll buy it on PC if they want to. But it does, like, based on the idea, it seems pretty solid. But as I said, I would have to see it, and I haven't seen it yet, so I can't give a proper judgment on it. So anyway, back to Windows 10. That's a thing. That's all I really need to say on it. So yeah.
That is a thing.
If it wants to be stable on my PC, I'll probably run it full time because it's actually quite good. And if it's going to be unstable like Windows 8 was, I'll be staying on Windows 7 on my main PC. I mean,
if it's better than Windows 8, it'll just kind of. If it's better than Windows 8 but not better than Windows 7, people will still use Windows 7, and then Windows 8 is going to drift out of existence because people will just then use Windows 10.
Well, that's why people were using Windows XP for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Because nothing else beat it, but then it started getting killed off, and people were just kind of like, meh. I mean, I'm still annoyed. As far as I know, my bank still uses Windows XP, which I'm very, very concerned about. Yeah. Just like when I had to go in, I think it was a name change on one of my old accounts. I had to go in and get that sorted on my birthday because obviously I'm of age, so I can manage it myself. I walked in and I just saw one of the computers and I was like, "It's running Windows XP." I was like, "Oh."
She should probably change that, you know.
What is this madness?
Also, Skype's having some real problems with the cameras. It just keeps flickering every so often. It's fine for the most part, but just something to note. Anyway, I have really got to close these. In other news, I am opening far too many Chrome tabs. Give me a second. There we go. So, Microsoft is working on a game streaming service called Arcadia. Obviously, it's going to be a thing where the name's great, but the service is going to be shit because it's game streaming. So, well, I haven't read up much on this, but one of the big discussion points I want to make is, do you guys think that eventually internet connection and all these other things are going to come to a point where the hardware on the client side is going to become irrelevant and we're all just going to be starting to stream from servers somewhere else? Do you guys think that's going to be a thing or not?
I'm really trying to wrap my head around how that would work.
Well, it's just, I mean, there's services around like Gaikai for the PlayStation. There's obviously this for the Xbox One, I'd assume. And
I know of
like OnLive for PC. Is OnLive still going? Good lord, that's an old service.
I know of like
I remember using that to play Centro 3 on my netbook.
I know websites where, because I was looking into this for the CS:GO stream. It's like where they let you host a server. And you don't have to do any of the work. The website does the work. You just need to put like your IP in and it does it. So would it just be like that with a stream?
Not necessarily the same thing. It's more there's an off-site server somewhere else that's doing all of like the games processing, and it's basically like do you know how Steam do you know how Steam in-home streaming works? It's essentially like your main PC's doing all the processing, all the encoding. And stuff,
yeah. I know that.
Another
and it's
computer.
just kind of because I did that with my laptop once.
Yeah. It's
well,
basically
not laptop, but tablet.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing, but except for having your own PC, it's a server somewhere off in some other place.
Oh yeah. I understand.
So, do you guys think that eventually the processing power and the connection infrastructure will get to a point where having like, super powerful PCs on the client side will become irrelevant?
Yeah, like you'll just get hardware which will make it run buttery smooth, graphics wise, and then you just rely on someone else's internet to make it work. So then you've got a good internet and good hardware instead of having like a compromise of both.
Yeah, well, see, at the moment, especially with things like technology, you can't say that something's impossible because chances are it's gonna happen. Like years and years and years ago, people were saying that computers would be as big as houses, and only the richest of the rich would be able to afford one. Hello, this fits in my pocket. So saying this thing would be impossible is not a good thing to say, but I would say it's a very, very, very long way off. I mean, especially with the crap that... I mean, especially US ISPs, they're always like, oh yeah, well, we don't want to upgrade our infrastructure. Let's just put bandwidth caps on and let's try and throttle other people's traffic because we're too clever for our own good. So, if internet providers start upgrading the infrastructure and start giving people decent speeds, like, if Google, like something like Google Fiber, if that becomes
a thing,
lucrative, yeah, if that becomes ubiquitous, that's the word I was looking for, ubiquitous, then it could be a very big possibility, but I do think that it's never really going to beat having a good gaming system. Like, you're always going to have a little bit of perceivable input lag, because you are essentially taking your controller inputs, sending them to a server's doing a thing, then it's sending it back to your screen to show whatever it's doing, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, the technology's getting better, but it's still not quite there. I would say maybe within the next 30, 40, maybe even 50 years, possibly. But that's the wrong button. Short term, maybe not. It's interesting that people are still investing in this kind of thing, but I don't think it's
because it would just be so much easier.
Yeah. Well, it just means that the console manufacturers don't have to make something that's not a potato. I mean, it definitely makes it makes a big amount of sense for consoles, because then it's not going to get to a point where at the end of its lifespan it can't run anything because it's on like 10-year-old hardware. Like, the hardware doesn't need to scale on the client side, scale on the server side, which might be a little bit more expensive, I'm not 100% sure, but it'll make it a lot easier to deploy than extra consoles all the freaking time. So it's definitely an interesting concept, but I don't see it taking off a lot anytime soon.
I think it would be a lot easier for the servers because the hardware on the server side, like, not everyone is going to be streaming at once. Say if you have 1,000 servers, not 1,000 people aren't going to be streaming at once. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe half that, 500 people are going to be streaming at once. But like, so you're not going to need as much hardware as you will have. You're not going to have to make as much hardware as you will with the servers as you would if you were putting it in the individual like Xboxes.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because
the way I can see this running is, I'm imagining it's going to be very, very similar to what servers can do already, but with like computers. Like in a lot of places, I'm seeing like virtual desktops where you'll have like maybe 10, 20, 30 virtual environments running on a server, and 30 people will be able to log on to that and do their stuff, rather than having to have like super powerful PCs on the client side. Then they can just connect to the server and just do it from there, which is a lot easier to support. But another big problem I see with this is what happens to older games. Like, they're also going to have limited resources, and they're not going to be able to allocate for every game ever. So older games are probably going to start getting cut at some point. But what if people want to play those? It's like with a service like Steam, it's probably going to stay around quite a bit because all they have to do is host a file. Whereas with a streaming service, they'll have to
have like the records of the games and stuff.
Yeah, and they'll have to have the hardware that'll actually be dedicated towards that game. And if it's a very
because if it's like a
Nintendo
Nintendo or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if it's gonna be a very niche game as well, what?
You went like.
So you wouldn't notice that. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult to keep old games running on it because obviously dedicating resources is something that maybe a couple people want to play.
1 second.
I mean, okay.
Right back.
Oh, your camera's frozen as well. Oh no, there we go. Doesn't matter. What?
It just bailed.
Oh, okay. I just heard a noise. It was like you go on bail.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's just. It was like what I've noticed, like, you know, the Epic Rap Battles of History.
Yeah.
Like the intro guys become more and more incoherent as it's gone on.
Yeah, they're like.
So
it's Epic Rap Battles.
Epic Rap Battles. I was just.
Yeah, it's just.
All right. Oh crap! I just realized the time. We're gonna have to get it moving if we're gonna cover these last couple topics. It's been a bit of a weird podcast as well because we've actually been discussing topics at length rather than just be like, yep, this is the thing.
Yeah,
there you go. There's a little bit of this happened. There you go. Moving on. Anyway, this happened as well.
Is this the Minecraft?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just been confirmed. This isn't an apparently, as I was going to say before, but Telltale are going to make a Minecraft narrative-based game.
Yay! My two favorite things.
My big question is, how is this going to work? Like, I was sort of confused as to how Game of Thrones would work because it's very, very linear for the most part, like especially the storyline, and then trying to put choice in that. But making a story out of Minecraft, this is going to be.
It's like trying to make a story out of Lego.
Yeah. It's a very brave thing to take on, and Telltale's taking on a lot of stuff at the moment.
Well,
did
the Game of Thrones thing go down well?
Yeah, that's
it went down well. I imagine that would have been a task and a half.
Yeah, trying to make a multiple choice game out of that would be very, very difficult. But trying to make a multiple choice story game out of a game that has literally no story whatsoever, they're very, very, very brave for taking this on. And one of the accurate points I saw was that one of the accurate points I saw was this is obviously Microsoft trying to squeeze some money out of Minecraft, because I mean there's no room for making something like a Minecraft 2. Like that's not a thing. So might as well
it's like what would you do?
Else.
What would you possibly do in Minecraft 2?
Yeah, that's the thing with making a sandbox game with pretty much infinite possibilities and mods. It's like there is literally nothing that could be done in a sequel that can't be done in the original.
Make it more realistic.
It's like trying to make that's the whole point of Minecraft. There, it's not realistic. That's like trying to make a Gary's mod 2.
Oh.
It's like there is no way. Like the only thing I could see happening with a Minecraft 2 would be not using effing Java.
Yeah, like with Gary's mod 2, you could use something other than Source.
Source 2.
Yeah,
that's
and that might give you more possibilities. You like more than infinite possibilities. But
No, David. There's no such thing as 3. We're talking about Valve here. Actually, also one thing I learned the other day is that Titanfall is actually running on the Source engine, which I was completely confused by because it doesn't feel like something that runs in the Source engine. It was very strange. Well, I think it's a it's obviously a heavily modified version, so it sort of has. I don't know what I was going to say there, but that's a thing. That's some useless knowledge for you there.
A little factoid.
By the way, did someone say hello just before while I was away?
Yes. So yeah, Minecraft Story Mode. I can't see how this is going to work.
With great.
See, this is the thing that it could be good, or it could be really, really, really shit and completely ruin Telltale's reputation. Because this is one of the.
I feel like that might happen.
Yeah, this is one of the big problems with them at the moment. They're taking on so much that they could just slip up on one thing, and it's just like, yeah, Telltale's shit now.
Well,
I like Telltale for the most part, but I can't see how they're possibly going to make anything out of this.
I'm still waiting for The Wolf Among Us 2.
Yeah.
I want that.
I haven't even played the first season of Wolf Among Us. I should really pick it up.
It's quite like oh, it's like oh, what's going on?
I mean, I've seen like little.
By the way, what's happening with Monaco?
Monaco. Well, I didn't stream it last week because I was just exhausted all the time. If you two are available, then Josh, we could do some tomorrow if you like.
Tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday. Party tomorrow.
Oh, goddammit, Tom.
That's the thing.
See, this is the problem with doing multiplayer. Well, yeah, but Tom's not here, so if somebody drops out, I'm just like, I can't do it. This is the problem with doing multiplayer games, like trying to get everybody together, and I really haven't had any energy over the past few weeks, so that's why we haven't been doing it.
I swear you said if like someone like dropped out, there was another person that wanted to join.
No, I was like dropping out on a permanent basis, not.
On a permanent basis, not just like eh.
I was just like, go and do it that night.
So no Monaco tomorrow. Okay.
No. I might finish off Valiant Hearts tomorrow if we're not doing Monaco, because I need to get that finished off as well, because Ubisoft finally fixed the major game-breaking bug that I had for like weeks. Oh, let's get on to that actually, because I don't know whether I told this story on the podcast before, but I had this bug in in Valiant Hearts. I've got a highlight on the Twitch channel as well as on my YouTube channel, I think, of the bug. It's basically on one of the driving scenes. You'd beat the boss, but the way you had to beat him was throw dynamite into the tank, but it wouldn't explode.
Oh, I saw this.
So it would just kind of sit there. So I sent an email to the support team, and it was on the support page, so there's a drop down, and there was one of the options was technical problems or bugs. So I selected that, put my problem in, and they didn't email us for like a week, and the email said, "Sorry, we can't support technical problems." In Ubisoft.
I think they're drunk.
It's like, yeah, we'll put a technical problem section on our website, but we don't support those, so fuck off. Look at Ubisoft, of course. I mean, from their recent track record, that's kind of to be expected from them.
I got an email from Ubisoft regarding the recent one of the recent updates of Assassin's Creed Unity, and it was like, we're sorry, and because of our massive cock up, we're gonna give you the first DLC for this game free. I'm like, that's great. That would be wonderful if I could play the game. Oh,
it's like yeah, you get some free DLC for a game you can't play.
It's like, here you go, we'll refund you, but in euros. Like,
yeah,
thanks.
It's like we'll give you a free like statue or something, but it's locked over on a distant island that is impossible to get to.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, that's great, Ubisoft, but I can't have it, can I? No. On the subject of that, AC Unity Season Pass owners can now redeem their free game. Tom, you got the Golden Edition, didn't you?
I got one of them, the Bastille, I think.
Did it come with the Season Pass?
Nope.
No. Oh well, you don't get a free game then.
Everyone who bought the game gets the first part of the DLC, the first DLC of the Season Pass.
Yeah. Well, actually,
regardless, we don't get the rest. We just get the first.
Yeah. No, isn't it if you bought the standard version of the game, you got the Season Pass. And if you got the Season Pass, you got a free game because there's no point in buying the Season Pass anymore.
No, if you bought the game, you got the one of 4 DLCs in the season pass, like the first part of
Oh no, there we go.
first part.
Yeah, I've just
And if
seen
you
it.
bought the season pass, you get a free game. We don't get all 4, we just get 1.
All right. Oh yeah, if you didn't buy the season pass, then you're out of luck. However, you'll receive a free copy of the Dead Kings DLC when it eventually launches.
Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully, it launches when the game's actually playable. Actually, didn't they recently release a patch for the game which was supposed to fix all of this stuff?
Well, my graphics now, I can run it on high, buttery smooth. Alright.
Yeah.
But the refresh rate is still the same, so every 5 seconds I'm looking in a different direction.
Oh. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till this game's cheap enough, and then I might pick it up to see if it runs on my system. But luckily, I'm getting a new graphics card at Christmas, which will hopefully
Which
make this a bit better. I'm getting a AMD R9 280X, which is
that'll run on.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the equivalent of the old 7970.
7970. I was gonna get a 7970 in Crossfire.
Actually, I don't think you could because you've got a I think you've got a 7870. I don't think it works.
Oh yeah, no, yes, that's what I mean. 7850 and 7870. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
Okay,
Connor?
that one worked. I didn't. Just thought you didn't know what you were doing. Nah.
You kinda.
I'm getting mixed up with numbers.
Yeah, lead numbers. So yeah, so if you got the Assassin's Creed Unity with Season Pass, you get a free game. Actually, what were the free games? I kind of clicked off that. I think it had the list. I know one of them is The Crew, which I'm actually picking up because that looks pretty fun. The Crew.
Far Cry 4, The Crew, Watch Dogs, Rayman, and Just Dance.
Yeah.
It's funny because Far Cry 4 doesn't work either.
It's like we've given you this shit
have
game
one
that
of our
doesn't
other
work.
broken
You can have
games.
another shitty game that doesn't work. I think Far Cry actually works.
Dragon Age doesn't work either. So no matter what provider you get your games from, EA or Ubisoft, you just fucked.
I forgot one game. AC, Black Flag.
Yeah. Black Flag, Far Cry 4,
I could run that on Ultra, but Unity, I couldn't even run that on like low.
Oh god, this reminds me when I tried to play, I think it was Assassin's Creed 3 on my old Radeon HD 5450. Oh lord. The frame rate was so bad that the cutscenes got out of sync. Like you know those video files.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't even play properly.
Oh no. That's happened to me before. It was horrible. It was on Black Flag when I was using a really old graphics card.
Oh lord. Just the mouths will just be well, they'll not be flapping like that because that's smooth. It'll be like
yeah.
It's like it's pretty and all, but it's a pretty slideshow. And then it just kind of breaks. And finally, oh shit, let's click on the link. There we go. And finally, need that game now. Amazon launches 1 hour delivery, and the link actually works because it's on GameSpot, and that wasn't working earlier. So while Amazon's 30-minute drone delivery service may still be a distant dream, the online retail giant on Thursday announced a new super fast shipping option, Prime Now. So this is essentially 1 hour shipping.
Yeah, like I need this. Hurry up!
I need this now. So it says it's going to be available on tens of thousands of things, but yeah, that's great and all, but it's available in like one city.
Yeah, the one where the HQ is.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I guess it'll work in that kind of situation, but I can't see how it'll work on a global scale. Like, if you don't live within an hour of a warehouse, you're boned. Yeah. And don't talk to me about that bullshit thing about Amazon being like, oh yeah, well, we'll predict your shopping habits and then send this thing to a place that's closer to you.
To a close warehouse.
Yeah. It's just like, no, don't give me that bullcrap.
Like, will you though? Will you?
Like, my shopping habits, they're quite predictable because pretty much all I buy is computer stuff, but I buy it at such irregular intervals that it just there wouldn't be any point to that whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty pointless. So if you live an hour away from warehouse, you're fucked basically. That's all really. I mean, there's not really much more to say on that, and we've overrun. I think this is just kind of compensating for. I think it was last week's podcast, which we had to stop early because my internet just completely shat the bed.
Yeah,
horrible. It was just like, yeah, your internet's just going to completely switch off for like 5 seconds, which is just enough to make OBS panic completely. Yeah, Virgin Media, yeah. They're a bit crap. But anyway, that is pretty much everything for this week. So, last thing to do is thank you all very, very much for watching. There should be a podcast next week. Next Monday, hopefully. Maybe, possibly. I don't know.
Next Monday is in the one after Christmas.
No, next Monday is... Well, the Monday
It's
coming
22nd.
up. Which will be the 22nd, yeah.
22nd.
So that'll be before Christmas. So, but I don't know whether we will because there might not be enough news. So, if we don't, I'd like to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. So, enjoy yourselves, but not too much because... things might happen. But anyway, thanks for watching. Yeah. Don't get too drunk, everybody. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next week. See you later.